Much better, guys. We'll see if that works out. But once again, guys, welcome to episode number 28 this week of Final Fantasy Tactics, Ivalice Chronicles, with your king, a luckiest man today. So other than that, nothing would be, flushed down the toilet or pretty much have a different attachment or privilege off the bat, too. But yeah, guys, welcome to episode number 28 this week of Final Fantasy Tactics, Ivalice Chronicles. Once again, guys, we're pretty much not barred for another week, and just what it's really like anyway. Just to have enough to, a little more salutation, a little more vulnerability, and guys, an accident that would not be waiting. But other than that, guys, today is May the 7th, 2026. Now, I actually did tackle Chief yesterday. This King Guy's the luckiest man with nice people, also two good people of management. And one thing I will add, guys, is Chief overall was good. Got a nice $5 tip yesterday, to get through today. Pretty much not exactly to overcheck much.
Understood.
And, not to have anything, separate the men from the boys all the time. And have enough to really relate to. Hold on. Hagley Mix, Mega Love shout out. Salahad, how you doing today? Thank you so much for joining this live stream. How's it going?
Where to?
Guys, we're still in the middle of Star Wars month, and, not to have anything else be self-dragged, not to have everybody be, no problemo or, have any bad ideas with a statement.
Hello, host.
You guys get the idea. But as far as anything else goes, as King Guy's the luckiest man, I actually did check out the mono count. That's what, guys, this is pretty much the correct sewing, or pretty much the correct idea. So I actually did check out the Mortal Kombat 2 review this week, and, well, I don't believe any other movie would be less frustrating or, waiting to see how one movie would be better than, to be open and honest, really, just have enough to clarify, kind of like winning first place, getting the highest bid in the box office and whatnot. Well, here's the thing, though. Now, from what I've been checking, from what I've heard, Mortal Kombat 2 is not exactly a full-less fighting, any type of action fighting game off the bat. So remember, you guys have Mortal Kombat, you have Street Fighter, you have Marvel vs. Capcom, and Marvel vs. Capcom's been out for years. You have your favorite characters, you have your favorite fighter, between good guys taking on bad guys, you talk about Marvel,
I must concentrate.
And through DC here today. Well, let me tell you something. From what I've heard, Mortal Kombat 2, guys, a lot of us knew that, the very first Mortal Kombat was not exactly dragged enough, or pretty much exactly the same as it used to be, or waiting to see if it does enough to, to do anything that's more, frustration and waiting for that movie to be better. Now, if you want to talk about a sequel being better, Mortal Kombat 2 is actually a lot better on the reviews already. So I did check out part of that review yesterday, and Mortal Kombat 2, from what I've heard, is good. From what I've heard, it's good, but almost not that great. So the good thing is, Mortal Kombat 2 has been doing well. That's the only thing I can think of right now. And
Stop now.
my two love 9 guys for my future for 9. Who and I are still tackling Mortal Kombat 2 this Saturday.
Take this.
And then Who and I asked a little bit about if we want to tackle dinner together, and it's like,
Never a doubt.
well, As a matter of fact, guys, Hood I haven't took on a damn thing for the last, to be open and honest with you, we haven't tackled dinner for the last, a bit over a month now. Just to tell you guys, the most important thing you can have, between a couple and, having
Bloody hell.
any of one of my four priorities with me. With you guys in the chat, WoW and Steve. Baseball and RPGs, which baseball continues to grow and grow. If you're talking about playing all pits non-stop, that's the main thing. If you're playing on sideline strategy, or anything that's more to, control the Force, if you're watching Star Wars too. So that's enough to really relate to. And, yeah, everything else has been hanging, everything else has been good, everything else has been not exactly frustrating. Not to pay it, you know what they say, guys. You don't want to separate the men from the boys, mostly. That's all you can do. Man, guys, Mortal Kombat 2 recently saw an 8 out of 10 this week, so... The good thing about that movie, when you actually have the original, and turning that to a sequel, making a sequel and learning from your mistakes between having a movie be ups and downs compared to Mortal Kombat.
I'm ready.
We can always say the movie and the game hasn't changed a bit, and it has not. So Mortal Kombat 2 did suit an 8 out of 10 this week, and another thing, guys, to not worry about is having PlayStation's PlayStation Network or whatever having another lawsuit, and having a little more than $7 million of refunds, and it's like, well, here's the thing, guys. I mean, not here's the thing, but the fact is, I'm in an A my concern.
I must concentrate.
But I do know I've only been associated with PlayStation for a buttload of a long time. Not exactly replacing another platform or another game to really situate it. Thank you for the thumbs up, Haleo Mix. Thank you again for the live stream. But yeah, I just feel like it's a different settlement, it's a different idea. As long as nobody's going bankrupt to another bankrupt position. I just feel like it's, you know what I'm saying, guys? You don't want to separate anything between profits to, taxes between anything on it. Basically on anything off the bat. And yes, guys, of any kind whatsoever. So that's all there is to it. And, you don't want to get anything, thrown out of the way. I mean, nobody should say no. People should not be able to say, yes, they actually want to have better profits. They want to have different, give different games on a console. I mean, only a lot of us would decide it. We have a different option or any choices. That's all there is.
Getting started. Come on.
Well, guys, speaking of other stuff, I do want to thank you guys for joining me this morning. I know it's been another week. I know it's been another while. And yes, guys, another long time, as it is, but... Well, I know, guys, I've just been busy with work. Been taking time out of our hands, being busy out of our schedules, and, been waiting to see what was going to be the plan. Or what was going to be the idea. Guys, just as long as everything else was going to be alluded to us or enough to be illustrated. But once again, guys, your king and your luckiest man ain't going anywhere.
How about that?
It is exactly good. All I'm going to say is, guys, it's good to be back. Always has and always will be for another week. For 1 week's time, guys. 1 week has always been enough. But yeah, I do want to thank you guys for joining me this morning with our biggest, strongest, phenomenal, exciting, wonderful, awesome, excellent, exciting, being perfect, and also doing well, of our biggest, strongest, phenomenal, exciting, perfect, and
my turn.
So terrific, of our biggest, strongest, phenomenal, great, strongest power of our community. Do what we can for one another. Make it so we have enough to really stack, have enough to really have a lot of fun, socialize when we can, and be good to where we're at today, guys, of our community and our group. Yeah, guys, we want to make sure there's enough to really apply, enough to really transition. And yes, guys, migration with your king, guys, and your luckiest man. You know, I do want to get back to the other games I want to do on the schedule. And, you know, guys, it's been long enough and an all length to do so. But that depends.
Got me to
And
contend
there's
with.
enough energy to, you know, have a good pleasure. Me and guys, we want to make sure we have our social media, our YouTube accounts, Facebook and Twitter X accounts, and our podcast services all around the globe, like Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, and so much more. If you guys have any questions or concerns, you guys can type them in the chat, in our live chat, and me, guys, your king and your luckiest man will answer. And I can easily answer for you guys anytime you want. Nobody can say no. Or not have anybody take a dime without people saying so. That's all there is to it. Actually, guys, we are gonna tackle. I'm after winning the tackle Gug last week. We did not do that, but we are going to have a shot today. Now, as far as anything else goes, now we all know, guys, Carl Urban plays Johnny Cage in the sequel to Mortal Kombat. So that's enough to really plot right there. The actor that plays Sonya Blade, she's also back. Kung Lao,
to be seen.
the one that recently used to play Sensei Wolf in the final 3 parts of Cobra Kai during the 6th final season. He's actually having a bit more of a part, but Carl Urban is one of the main characters that he plays. So guys, let's get right to it. Let's get to the dialogue that people love and also have the favorite to see. So guys, your king and your luckiest man. We'll tell you guys what we got going on. So ladies and gents, let's do it. So guys, so far we have Mustadio and Ramza arriving in Gog. Z-O-U-G. You guys see a Tokubo at the bottom, getting a little more of a breeding, pretty much taken care of. And Mustadio does start, and he actually does state the following. Bard's curves are nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, there's no sign of a battle
Yeah,
with
there's no
Lionel's
sign of
Griffins.
battle with Lionel's
Something's amiss.
Griffons. Something's amiss. So apparently, guys, Mustadio thinks there's some sort of a swing and a miss. That doesn't seem to really be understandable.
I'm
And
going
then
to
he
see
turns
what
to
I can find
Ramza
out.
and does state,
We'll meet afterward.
Musadio's going to be finding out, and they'll meet each other afterwards.
Where will I find you?
And then Ramza questions, well, can we get Mustadio to reunite and also find?
The Gorglow
So
town is just
the
down this
two
road.
of them are
We're
actually
not like to draw much attention
looking
there.
down. I mean, they're coming down with a little bit to see what, and there's enough to really test our guilt and also finding ideas. So Musadio does state he wants us to find him. Gog Lowtown is just down this way, and we won't draw any attention.
All right. Be careful.
Ramza states, alright, be careful.
Don't worry.
Don't worry, I can take care of myself. That's what Mustadio takes. Remember, guys, Mustadio is still in the hunt to look for his father. So it's like Luke Skywalker looking to see if Darth Vader is his father, which we already know he is. I mean, everybody knows how to find, a friend, a family member, anybody. So, guys, we'll lose Mustadio, but we're gonna get him back soon. And you guys understand we will. You cannot separate anything on that.
Greetings. How might I help
My
you?
channel, Make a
After
Make
all,
Love
in
shout out.
particular,
How
may
are
I
you
be of whom
today?
is outfitting?
Thank you so much for joining this live stream with your king and your luckiest man. How are you today? Thank you for coming by. If you guys can like, share, comment, and follow in the chat today, that'd be great. But W Race needs the most of it. So as far as I know, between anything else not being out of the way, now look at this, guys. My character can use a gun, as long as it's not Clint
May
Eastwood
I
using a
help with
weapon.
after all in particular?
It's like, what kind of stuff are we building for it?
Would that be...
That's all we can really bring in, guys. we also have Lowtown for the first time. Do I want to do a regular battle really fast? I'm going to see if I can do it real quick. Yep, we're going to do a regular battle this time. But yeah, I'm not saying anything is bad for Mortal Kombat 2 that my two love and I for 9 are tackling this weekend. She actually asked if I actually want to do dinner with her by then. Damn straight it is, my good friend.
Wait.
It's time.
Final Fantasy
At your
Tactics
command.
Ivalice Chronicles
Lead the way.
this game
It's time.
has no guilty pleasure. This game is epic as far as I can tell you, and the first time Final Fantasy Tactics was ever, released from a gaming platform or a company. This game has been, released for the first time since PlayStation. I counted it through Square Enix or Squeenix, and to have something to think about, and also enough to have a big experience, have something to open
Come
up.
on.
So you guys remember this game? You guys remember what I mentioned before? Final Fantasy Tactics has been out since a very long time. For PlayStation, and we've seen a lot of mods, we've seen a lot of hacks, we've seen enough. What should I say, guys? Dozens of Final Fantasy Tactics hacks over the years, and enough to really encounter and relate to. But this game is really good that I can have
Let's get
no
this over
problemo
with.
on. This is something that this is the only game I've been doing every Thursdays.
I'll do what I can.
I do want to get back to other games as well so far today, but I've just been really tired. I've just been busy with work and wanting to figure out and wanting to know what Let's Love and Barrel for 17 want to do. For other priorities in the chat here today too, but you can't just live without your burden. You cannot just live without anything else being in the way. And it's guys being in the middle. You just gotta do what you gotta do, and make room for yourself, make enough time to see whatever it is you want to do. At least people are not bossing you around. You just pretty much do what you want to do. That's all there is. As long as you're not killing yourself out. That's all there is. But at this point, guys, a lot of us want to try to do anything at any cost, and you guys understand, I want to get back to the games. I want to do a little bit to that for a while. I mean, maybe this coming Christmas time, but there's enough to really question ourselves. How much are we looking to get Hogwarts Legacy 2 at? That's the main thing. And also, guys, on top of that, I also did check out what is going on between the price range between having a third and final trailer for. You guys remember this game is still going to win. This coming 2026 of every last month of the year. Despite the fact with GTA 6, guys, I repeat, with GTA 6 being furthers away, and that game's still going to win, and that game still got it this year. I repeat, GTA 6 is still going to be releasing on November 19th, so there's no other way. The other games are going to be released and set in stone. So that game is still going to win, guys. I'm telling you. That game is going to have enough authority. It's going to have enough to really, not push aside anything. Or say that game's going to have no, lack of concentration or lack of conspiracy. So that game's still going to have a big opportunity to open. And it really has, and it will. I have no doubt about it, trust me. We're just not going to say that game's going to be less 100%. I mean, that game's going to be doing well. That's all I can tell you, and have a lack of confidence right there, so. But I do know, they're pretty much stating that GTA 6 is going to be no more than like $80 a piece of a copy for, Xbox and also PlayStation. Well, I will say, here's the thing, guys, I will admit you know, GTA 6 wants to be the highest game of all time. And it will be the hottest of all time, if you think about it. And I do see it that way, but for them to really charge no more than like, you know, spending hundreds and also a good amount of money on it, I mean, it's not like people are going to be slipping in off their hands, you know, slipping anything else that goes in between, you know. Not to have anything caught it out of the way as much, but that's I mean, the way I see it is they're not pushing the price that they actually want to pursue, you know, and yes, guys, much more than a counter for the game. So I do see GTA 6 being no more than $70 a piece. But the reason why, I mean, the ones that I spoke to this week is, you know, just to have enough to really handle and think about it is, you know, GTA 6 is going to be no more than having a bit more of a price range instead of the original price as it actually wants to be planned to be. And also what they actually want to, you know, not to be concerned on anything by it, but I do know, guys, GTA 6 will still be more than enough. And people can still get into GTA Online. I have no doubt in my mind that GTA 6 is going to be having, you know, the best but amazing feature with, I repeat, fellas, with, you know, with, you know, every single thing that goes towards, you know, towards anything on it, you know, with GTA 6, GTA 5, and I do know, guys, GTA 6 is going to be magnificent. That game's going to be the Little Mermaid battling out Ursula, you know, that's all there is to it. But yeah,
Come on.
I have no doubt that, I repeat, guys, I still think GTA 6 is going to be either 70 or 80, whatever Rockstar wants to think about, and, you know, have enough to really, you know, be affiliated how much the game is going to be for not just the PS5, guys, but also to relate towards Xbox as well. So, I mean, most of us are going to be, you know, paying enough the amount. If it's going to be that significant price, I have no plans of buying the game at all. I don't believe I should get the game whatsoever, but I still think that game's still going to win no matter what happens. GTA 6 has all the steps. I have no doubt it will. That game's still going to win in a heartbeat. There's no doubt about it, guys. It's not going to be another flashback or a turnaround.
How about that?
So, nothing else is going to be self-dragged or kept aside with for anything else. I mean, that game, guys, I repeat, GTA 6 overall, that game's going to be blown away. That game's going to be doing so well. But it just depends how Marvel's Wolverine's going to be settling in. So we don't know that for sure yet. I mean, any time will tell. Any time is going to be good enough and also have enough to situate. And also having enough cards on the table, as far as I know. So if we can really wait and see, and also have patience as a virtue, then we can get the answers that we need. There's no doubt about it. So, I'm not saying if there's any other game that would be a threat to GTA 6, but I still think it's going to be more, as far as I know. If we want to talk about just a few games that are hoping to be a threat and try to pursue for a win, and have GTA 6 have anything to ring, well, I repeat, fellas. And I mean, if I'm picturing right now for GTA 6, if they keep their price right where it should be, here's the thing, guys. If they can keep the price the way it should be right now, you know, just to have enough credit of what credit's due. Here's the thing, guys. We're gonna be looking at not just GTA 6. Now, for example, we would also have Resident Evil Requiem, Lego Batman, and depending what Wolverine does, by the time we hit mid-September of this year. Besides, by the time we get to September, we'll be way, way beyond, what do you call it, guys? Summer coming up, this coming June. So that's enough to really plot right there. So, it all depends. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind, GTA 6. Doesn't matter how much the game's going to be costing for the consoles. That game's still
Too
going to
close
win.
for comfort.
There's no phenomenal
I
way
must
to
keep
do
at
it,
it.
guys.
I'm in
GTA
a
6
bad way.
is still going to be holding that Game of the Year option right there. It's still going to win, guys. There's no doubt about it. So we'll see what happens. People can try to juncture and go as further as they want for, having enough adult to teenage purposes, depending how much they want to pay for the game themselves. I mean, if people want to pay more, that's fine. If people want to get enough to play this, here's the thing, guys.
Not a
If people
good
want to
death.
have a good enough ways to, that's not just play the story of GTA
I must
6,
concentrate.
being hyped and hyped to play GTA Online to keep it much more
Stay
interesting,
strong.
keep it much more awesome. Back when GTA 5 used to have it, they had it so well. They had it so good as it is.
I'll revive
I mean,
you.
there's enough to really tell the difference between, you talk about an open world, and you talk about enough to arrange, enough plans to, make that game really, really well as it is. And that's what GTA 6 is going to be hungry for. I can tell you guys in a heartbeat it will. GTA 6 ain't going to be turning back and having another game replace it. I mean, I strongly don't think it'll happen.
Better end this quickly.
I can tell you guys right now, it's King and Lucas, man. It won't happen. GTA
It's mine
6
now.
has been waiting for this moment for a long time. When you talk about just 2 short years, it's been waiting for something to, get to the point and get to the attention. 268, guys, by my monk. Knocks out the night out of the park. My channel, thank you for holding on today. With the chat, out of my 4 priorities. Thank you for hanging on. But I repeat, fellas, so we'll just leave it as it is between GTA 6. You want to separate the man from the boys. So we'll see. So alright, guys. Speaking of other stuff today, if you guys want to catch more FFT, standing for, guys, it really stands for Final Fantasy Tactics. So if majority of you today want to catch more Final Fantasy Tactics, Ivalice Chronicles, every Thursday mornings, even though I've been only been live streaming every Thursdays every week, which it doesn't happen all the time since I've been tired and busy. Or as a Christian, guys, what do you call it, guys?
Greetings.
As
After
a
all,
Christian,
in particular, that be all. You're
usually
in safe
God's often
hands with
busy,
me.
but
May I help with or
but
catch your
for
eye?
me to relax and also
May I
rest,
become...
you guys also want to make time for yourselves too. That's what you guys got to do. You don't want to separate anything that's
Welcome
closer
by
than
all
that.
means.
But if you guys want me to play new games on the schedule, just to really participate and make my return, make sure you guys hit that like button, support button, and comment. So remember, guys, I'm gonna get 5 more Phoenix Downs. So remember, guys, if you guys have any questions or concerns, you guys can put them in the chat, in the live chat. We're gonna have a battle today, guys, at GOG Lowtown. I just got done having a battle, regular battle just now. But we're gonna get into Lowtown, and guess what, guys? You guys remember who's looking for his father? Well, I repeat, you have Stadio, and apparently, guys, he's been into a little more trouble already. So we'll get to that in a second. But yeah, make sure you guys hit that like button, support button, and comment. And even though I haven't put in a question for you guys, now that I think about it, I'm going to jump right into it. So remember, guys, if you have any questions or concerns, you guys can type them in the chat, in the live chat. So, alright, guys. I'm going to see if whatever I can think of here. What are your... Hold on, let me get to the comments here. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on... What are your thoughts on Mortal Kombat? I almost misspelled that. There we go, guys. What are your thoughts on Mortal Kombat 2? Doing good on the reviews this week. There we go, guys. I'm gonna put a question mark right here. There we go, guys. There's a question. I haven't thought of a question in a while that I can tell you, and trying to hold anything. But yeah, make sure you guys hit that like button, support button, and comment. You guys can answer any question you got, and your king guys, your luckiest man will answer. That's all I can predict, and also hold on. Also, my Grayson. Um, but everything else has been the same. Everything else has been different. People may be gone, but not out, or have enough to hide, and also
At
have
your
something
command.
publicly.
If you
But
say
yeah,
so.
that's all we can do.
To
Have enough
battle.
to really hold on and settle, and also hang in there.
Where are you, Mustadio?
Hopefully nothing's
He
coming
should have
out
been
of
here by now.
my body or anything. So everything's gonna be fine. I have no coincidence on it. Hold on a minute. Let me get this message right here for a minute. There we go. There we go, guys. But other than that, before I continue, guys, we have Ramza, and after doing one regular battle, plus we locked two just now, well, pretty much all ready to kick off the stream. We have Ramza waiting for Masadio, but as I mentioned a bit ago, Masadio just got himself a little more in trouble. But guess who he's reunited with? Not just for me to help him out, but also his father to help out. I'm not sure what they have planned for, adults and purposes between his father, but all I know is here's the thing, Masadio just wanted to help and get his father on track and reunite with them again. So Ramza is waiting to see where Masadio is, and he should have been here. And this battle, guys, it's raining, as long as it's not thundering a lot. And Ramza is questioning, could Masadio have been captured?
A friend
no
of
worries.
Mustadio.
And we approach somebody that's a friend of us, guys.
Who's there?
Ramza questions who's the gentleman. Allow me to introduce you to the man that's wearing some sort of, kind of like a wizard cape or sorcery cape. So he asks if he was having to bring Masadio out. We have a thief that's trapping him. So remember, guys, Masadio does not have a weapon on him. All he has is anything unharmed. I mean, there's another word for armed. He's pretty much unarmed.
Have they hurt you?
Yeah, read the questions as Masadio hurt him.
Not a step further.
So we have a Buddhist
distance,
man, which
if you don't
his
mind.
name is. If you guys want to know who this one guy's name is, it's King Guys and the Luckiest Man. So this gentleman's name, his name is Ludovic, I believe, or Lucario. So he's got a little something that he has, doesn't keep everything off guard of what he's got in front of him.
You must be Ludovic.
So Ramza, yep,
Let
Ludovic,
Mustadio
guys.
go. Now.
I mean, Ludovic is actually right. That's exactly his name. He asks Ludovic to let Masadio go.
You're either
So,
brazen or foolish.
Ludovic
think you can make
questions
demands
if Ramza
here.
is brazen or foolish, if he can make the options instead of him. So,
Come now, Mustadio.
and then Masadio
Hand over the stone,
is questioned by
and we
Ludovic
can
for a
avoid
second.
a lot
That's
of
safe the following.
needless,
You can hand over the stone.
unpleasantries.
That way we don't have to deal with these concerns, deal with these, any other ideas that are hurtful. So, Ludovic knows that Masadio does have a stone that he wants to get from him. So
Where have you hidden it?
So he wants him to, get that from him. And Masadio decides not to answer, since his thief is, here's the thing, you got Masadio having a thief behind him.
Is that how you want to play?
And then Ludovic does
this
say,
will
are you going
hasten
to be
your
playing a game with
speech.
me? Or do I have to cut your speech?
You there. Out with the other
So
one.
guess who else comes out, guys, for Masadio? That's heard me right.
Father,
Masadio's
what have they done
father.
to you?
So Masadio does look at his father, and he actually does question, have they done anything to him?
We'll
And
find some.
now, you guys remember, Masadio's
Don't
father
tell them where it
is
is.
Visadio, or Barudio. Hold on a minute. hold on. What we need is, hold on a second, guys. What we need is much better, guys. It's king and the luckiest man. So apparently, guys, Massadio's father seems to be fine, but he's not hurt either.
Show him
So
inside.
Ludovic does tell him to put him inside. It's not like
You
he's
know
going to be
full
hurt.
well who you're dealing with.
So,
And
and
you
then
know what's
Ludovic
good
does
for
question
you will
Massadio
give me what I
after
want.
putting Massadio's father in there, and he actually does state the following: "If you know what's good for you, you better give me the stone." So Massadio is deciding to give it to
The
him,
chimney behind Ramsar.
and
You'll find it there.
he wants Ramsar to go behind the chimney. Ludovic does
Bring
also
it to
state,
us, would
guys,
you?
you can bring us,
Small enough
you can
work
bring us
to
that,
spare your friend's
or we can
life.
just do enough work to spare his life. And we are mentioning, guys, Mustadio's life, not his father being under that tent. So, guys, Ramsar goes under the chimney, and he does find a little sum under there. And that would be the stone,
This
by the
must
way.
be it.
So Ramsar does have it, and guess what, guys? This is
Let
no
them
spoiler.
go.
Ludovic does actually get the stone from him.
Give me the stone.
So Ludovic does say, give me the stone, and I will spare his life.
Release them first.
Ramsar does question release him
It
first.
seems you do not grasp
And then
how
Ludovic
this
does not know
works.
what
Let
kind of
me
game
make
he
it
actually
nice
wants
and
to
simple
play
for
with
you.
Ramsar off the bat. He thinks if he gets the stone, he wants to think about killing Mustadio. That's not the case. Ludovic wants to have a bit of control of that stone that Ramsar has as a gift to him. So that way he can spare Mustadio's life. That way he can keep his health the way it should be. Anything else to really start chilling in front of it. So Ludovic just wants to make recommendations and play nice and not hurt anyone.
Throw me the stone.
So Ludovic
Then
does question,
they go
guys,
free.
throw me the stone, and then they'll be set free. So Ludovic does get the stone, ladies and gents. And Massadio is safe and sound.
A true zodiac stone.
So Ludovic calls it a true zodiac stone, saying what a pretty
bauble it
babble
is.
it
This
is.
should bring a smile to
So,
the cardinal's
so Ludovic
face.
is actually bringing that stone to the Cardinal's face. So the Cardinal is not going to be in good shape. Because I won't deny it any further than that.
You've been most
So
helpful.
Ludovic has also been
Most
helpful for most of us. But guess what, guys?
But given what
Ludovic
you know,
decides to be a coward.
I fear I
And
cannot let you
he's not
live.
going to let us live. That's why here's the thing, we have two thieves down there. And you have not just those two guys, but also an archer on the right side of him. And you also talk about bringing a summoner.
Take care of them. And see you
And
do a
Ludovic
proper
decided
job.
to be an imposter. He actually wanted the stone and not kill Mustadio in front of us. So he pretty much has different plans for that stone. That's to make the Cardinal much more powerful. I mean, it's kind of like being
The Cardinal.
it's kind of like being the
He was with
wizard,
them from the start.
and being, having total control of power, if you look at it. So Ramsar does question the Cardinal. He was with them from the start. Pretty much was, if you think about it. So we're about to get into a battle, and we're going to be managing
Got me to
Mustadio.
contend with.
But if you look at Mustadio, he doesn't have any weapons on him, which we all know. We all know that. So he's level 12. So guys, we're going to be starting with Mustadio first. So yeah, guys, if you have any questions or concerns, just let me know in the chat, in the live chat, and you guys can answer that question on the board if you want. If you guys have any ideas or, have enough to really, not betray or hold on, for instance, well, we're good. Solang CHS, make a love shout out. Thank you so much for joining this live stream. I thought it was going to be Lalab Sahi or my brother Village. You guys can answer that question if you want. Nobody's going to be, harmful or kind of like reading a book on any favorite movie or favorite movie from the franchise and any kind. So as you guys can see, Mustadio does have no weapons, but he actually does have a named shot, and he's still a treasure hunter. And you guys also have Rydell. Now, Rydell is actually a thief. So he's not the only thief that surrounds us. So this thief has a platinum dagger, wizard's hat, wizard clothing, and he's also got sticky fingers and fundaments. So he can pretty much throw anything, not to get a side on it. We also have another thief to back him up, and that is, here's the thing, guys, you have Simon. Simon is pronounced S-Y-M-O-N-D. So he's got a Maid's Master, and the same thing that his partner has. We also have an archer. Her name is Christina Anna, or Christana. The thing about this archer, she's actually level 14. She's got a long bow, wizard's hat, wizard clothing, and not to mention the battle boots on her. We also have Rose. She's got a silver bow, and the same thing with the other two. Now, the other two to be aware of is summoners. So, the first of two summoners, you got Ingram. Ingram's got a white staff, pretty much the same as the other enemies have. And then you have the last one, guys, of the summoner. His name is Denston, or not exactly one of the Daltons from 1923, or any Western movie. So, what this summoner has, guys, let's keep a closer look. He's got a poison rod headgear. That's the name of you. So, alright, guys, remember, if you guys have any questions or concerns, you guys let me know in the chat, and the live chat, and
Here I go.
you guys can answer the question to an answer with your King Guys and Lucky's Man, and nothing would really be, have less salutation. Never we can, wake up at this point in time.
Come on.
But yeah, guys, also, on top of anything, also, guys, the most important thing and the most important rule is love, support, and respect is the key. It's the awesome and creative. If you guys want to be mods in the chat, just let me know. And you guys can let our 643 mods know today, if you
Leave
want.
this to me.
You guys are the chat out of my 4 priorities. As long as people are not sealed from injustice or anything. People shouldn't have any other, anything else magical, or if it's regenerations to start being equal, have been evenly matched. So guys, Masadio does take the first attack, and he does make one of the enemies not attack, but not exactly attack, but move. So, and then Masadio, I can already see Masadio being killed already.
I can do this.
And he actually is.
I'm sorry.
I mean, not what he could do, but he does. So he's already down and out. So if we want to try to bring him up a little bit, we can see what we can do. Besides, these enemies aren't attacking that much to me. Besides, we're pretty much skyrocketed. And we're pretty much leveled up higher. So we'll always want to stay beyond that.
My power grows.
Between leveling up and not exactly feeling, under the pressure or under the lights as much. We don't need to worry about that. So
Thanks.
But other than that, guys, let's go further and hold on, at least. And to keep everything else in position. We don't want to get ourselves stuck in the middle. Whenever happens, or nothing to disregard. I'm going to get Masadio back up.
Thanks.
So we're going to be using Masadio when we get a sod. And have enough to, bring to our arsenal.
I must concentrate.
So far, the summoner today, guys, is not using anything bad yet. Well, guys, we have... Well, here's the thing. One of these thieves has... Okay, Rydell is up 11 towards the 133 that Simon has. And then you've got Rydell with 144, so... I'm just going to move up quite a bit and see what we can do. Can I really get the summoner out? Actually, guys, I'm going to try to get these 3 out and see what we can do. Besides, these enemies aren't... Here's the thing, guys. These enemies are not that hard. Then I can tell you, for instance. I'm actually going to use Berzaga on these 2. Besides, this summoner is about to, be dead in his tracks. So he pretty much has enough to really derail. And then we're going to use Contoriation or Concentration on this archer. Only takes like 33 damage out of the amount of hit points that this archer has. But I repeat, fellas, we're at 643 mods today. have enough insurance, have enough to complete, and have enough to develop otherwise. You know, enough habits and enough, you know, requirements. As King Guy still on this man.
Was I
We got
so...
one thief,
Never saw
one
this
summoner
coming.
down. That's good.
Let's get this over with.
That's good, rule something out. Good enough to really fit in. So, and also
My
not
strength
mishandle.
wanes.
Also takes 88 from my monk. So you have to see my monk Gregory is at 279. Level 54
Where
for
to?
instance, so he's actually doing well. He's actually doing a little more strong and doing absolutely well, as you guys can see. So I'm gonna try to human study with
Much
high
obliged.
potion on this one. So yeah guys, we're at 643 months today, and we're actually taking our time.
Right then.
We don't want to kick anything else by not switching gears. There's not much to really relate to, or not to go above average or above level months. But we're doing pretty much fine. Let's keep something normal. But we'll do okay, guys. We're pretty much fine.
on.
And yes, guys, now is power. We'll be meet and greet, guys. We want to see how people are doing on the channel and enough to refer to, and
Right.
you know, not to have anything to spam, and also question much on anything. You know what they say, guys? You want to separate the humans from the vampires. You want to separate that, you know, anything in any kind. So, and this also is down without having a healing process. Sorry, Summoner. I waited to decide to cure one of my characters. That was nice of you to do that. I'll take it. My study's already down. Besides, we're gonna have enough to overlook already. I mean, we're gonna have enough to really look right now today, so. Besides, these two are pretty much dead in their traps. Well, that's 88.
Such strength.
Well, guess what, guys? These two enemies they're not way tougher than I am. You're pretty much stronger than metal, tough as you are.
Thanks.
That's all there is. But I repeat, fellas,
I must concentrate.
remember, guys, I repeat, we want to meet and greet, we want to take our time, we want to see who we got in mind, how many people that are, you know, staying active and keeping eyes open. Also, guys, on top of anything that we just mentioned, also, guys, anytime we manage to find people and socialize with people, all we need to do is follow Sarah on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. That's all we have to do. Have enough measurements. And also, you know, anything at the same point at the same time. That's to really hold on to and not get ourselves sidetracked here today. We have enough to really present itself with anything. Well, guys, Summoner's down 49.
Here I go.
Besides, this Summoner is... I mean, these guys are in deep trouble, since my characters are stronger than they are. It's like you have a tough team. You talk about having a tough Avengers team from Marvel. You have a strong Fantastic Four team. And this really describes it. And it certainly does.
Thanks.
But yeah, so guys, if you want to know how long I've been on YouTube, I've been on YouTube for over 9 years. I will most likely beat out. And I will be surpassing 10 years on YouTube this coming 30th of July pretty soon. So that's enough to really plot right there.
I must endure.
But not only just YouTube, I've also been on Twitter, X, and Facebook for 7. So I will also have a stronghold. I'm going up to 8 by then. There's enough to really, you know, inform. Also, guys, Mr. Love and I for our future. Also, guys, for Mr. Love and Barrel out of you guys in the chat, out of 4. My Musketeer and I have been together for 9. We will be reaching our magic double digit next year. I'm talking about not just double digit, but our future. We will be hitting 10. And later on this year, Mr. Love and I and one of the roommates will be friends. Will be more than what we actually are at this point in time. So not just my future fiance, but also one of our other roommates in the back for 18 to really attach. So that's pretty much a strong grip. What do you call it, guys? A strong grip. And something much more important that it really is for a lot of us. So that's why my 4 priorities are staying the
Much
same.
obliged.
You know, keep everything up to date, and pretty much anything that's more to, hold on and when for the time to be right. Well, guys, speaking of other stuff, that'll wrap up for social media for today. Now, let's go ahead and translate
Got
some
me
to
to
Steam.
contend with. What a
So guys, head over to the Steam store. You can, guys, you like
My
this
father.
man.
I hope
I'm
we're
gonna
in
jump into
time.
Steam. So guys, head over to the Steam store. Head over to the Steam store. Get your pre-orders, purchases, and have a name for your Steam account, and do what you gotta do. Take your time by doing something you guys wanna, buy or pre-order. So guys, head over to the Steam store. Um, Head over to Steam store, guys. Pre-order, process, get a name, and buy something. If you guys are buying an old game, buying a special game, if you guys are getting bucks for Rocket League or Fortnite, you guys can play any new skins like The Simpsons, Family Guy, having a show that I haven't seen and don't bother seeing after a long time, and that's SpongeBob. What's I do know there are a few new upgrades for you know for for um, hold on guys, for Rocket League and Fortnite. So you guys can check out the new stuff that they actually got on Steam right now. Between both of them, and see if there's enough to really see something in between, and see this and see that or this, whatever it could be. But there's enough to really appreciate here and now. Let me see this real quick. But there's enough to really appreciate it, though. Oh, Besto, nice. So that's lovely. Well, it hasn't always has been, guys. Let's keep something much more to relate. But yeah, head over to the Steam store, guys, and buy something. You guys can get bucks for Rocket League or Fortnite for free. See if there's anything new you haven't approached yet. So you guys can buy and test out any of the 2 free installments and also the 2 free games at any time with no extra cost. Maybe you guys will get into the Star Wars Spirit, also the Sales Spirit this week. Here's the thing, guys. Steam.com is holding a Steam Deck Builders Fest. You guys have till May 11th on a Monday to do that, to have that sale wrapped up. So you guys can check out the games for, Steam is calling it Steam Deck Builders Fest. So you guys can check out stuff like, games like Exploding Kittens 2, or pretty much anything with dice on them. So I don't believe there's anything I would really do on that sale. I don't think it would be something I would, try to open up and also spend anything on Steam for that. But I guess let's check out something if you want to, see anything through any type of sale for it. You guys can also get in the discount games and events today. You guys can get the Titan Quest franchise sale. So you guys can save up to 80% off for that till May 11th. You guys can also get Biotech Factor for 20% off. You guys can get Law School for $7.79. What's the good thing is you can easily save and have a discount of 40% off for that game. And you guys can also get Consume Me, and that's also for $9.74 on Steam. So you guys can buy any games on sale, and also Persona 5 Royal for above 12 if you want. So yeah, I repeat, guys, GTA 6 is still going to win. If it's going to be 70, 60, I doubt it's going to be 50 between the process between our consoles and so on and so forth. I'll continue with more on. Thanks, guys. I repeat, I'll continue more on Steam in a second. So after the battle, we finally got through these enemies, like the No Tomorrow, and Stadio does state, my father. I hope we're in time. So we're gonna have Mustadio owned and also obtained to really use the control now. and we will. So guys, we got enough gil, and we got a thunder rod. Besides, we're a magical unit right now between our characters. So we finally get to Masadio's father, and he actually does state the following: "Are you all right?"
My wounds will heal.
And his father does question.
But the aura side.
He's been a little bit hurt, and his wound will be a little more sustainable. But he's actually forgotten the aura site.
Ludovic will use it to wake the machines.
So as far as we know,
beneath the city.
You guys can also question any decision or thoughts in mind, or keep everything else in mind. So Masadio's father does state what Ludovic wants to do with that stone. He wants to use it to make machines and wake them up, and having powerful weapons to have the city to open up.
In time,
and then
he may even learn to harness the sacred
he also
power
does
of the stone
question.
itself.
Ludovic wants to learn the power of that stone itself, of what it really contains.
I never thought the man would turn to for help would turn on us.
Masurio, guys, never thought
right into the
a man like
hands.
Ludovic would help turn on us and get to the Cardinal. I mean, what he actually wants to do is, as a matter of fact, he questions Ludovic wants to hand over that stone so the Cardinal can rule whatever he's got to really contain it. So he pretty much thought it would be in the wrong hands. And Masadio does question, are you certain about that? So he walks a bit. And Masadio's father does state, what do you mean? So Masadio does have a bit of an idea.
I thought something of the sort might happen. So
basically, guys, Masadio does have the regular stone. So the ones that we gave that stone to Ludovic a little bit earlier, that wasn't the rightful one for him to have, but we obtained the real one. So Masadio did actually play a trick up his sleeve. So he took precaution of getting the false stone after what we just gave him earlier.
And that's the one I gave Ludovic.
And Ramza does question that's the one he gave Ludovic.
The same.
So, and then Masadio does state it's pretty much exactly the same stone. But if you look at the looks on them, it pretty much taught them a lesson of underestimating the machinists. Because remember, the thing about machinists, you're allowed to use a gun or any type of weapon you use, as long as you're keeping inside of range, and also be inside of target. Lalub's Hana make a lot of shout out. Thank you so much for coming back to this live stream. I thought you were Lalub Sahi for a minute. Or I would start calling Lalub's Hana Osa Mariku. I'm not sure what that means. But a good thing about this one stone, guys, Stadio is not having a false stone, is looking at some replicas and keeping our eyes closed. This is the meaning of that, so Ramza questions.
'Tis well and good that we have the true
so this
stone.
will have the true
Princess
stone.
Ivalice and Lady Agrias.
So the good thing is we get to have Stadio playable as a character going forward. But there's also two other characters that we have to get and rescue. Let's remember who the two are. And that is Princess Ivalice and Lady Agrias.
Danger?
And Masadio questions danger between the two.
The Cardinal was working with
Absolutely
Ludovic
right,
to get
guys.
the stone.
So the reason why Ludovic got the stone is because he wants to give that to the Cardinal, work together to make him a powerful force. I can understand, a lot of us can relate and understand, not the entire time, but to have the stone given to the Cardinal, he wants to be a powerful monster. He wants to be a powerful Esper. So, that explains a lot.
With his scheme laid
And then Ramza does also state he does look at a scheme that he's looking to bear and have the means to obtain this prize. Another word for prize, guys, is obtain and grab his pride and joy, or pride and possession.
In all likelihood, he will now try
And
to
Ramza does
ransom the
state the
princess
following.
and Lady Agrias for it.
What he actually wants to do, as far as not himself but the Cardinal and Ludovic is concerned, he wants to really try to have the ransom between Agrias and Princess to do it.
That's ridiculous.
And
He would only
Masadio
make
does
an enemy of the
question.
crown.
He only wants Ludovic only make him a mockery and make an enemy out of the crown.
Why do you think he wants the Orosite in the first
And
place?
Ramza does state the following, guys. So why do you think he wants the Orosite in the first place?
The people tire of
people
war.
tire of war.
They tire of
and
these
have
endless
struggles.
struggles for power.
You know what they say, guys? People can be
They are
weak.
afraid,
People
and they
have
seek
enough to be
salvation.
firm and be strong. Have how to use it, how to wield it, and how to train for that. So, I mean, for people to use a stone, like the Cardinal and any type of character, I mean, you never know what's he going to get. That's the main part of it. And seeking revenge.
I suspect the Cardinal means to
So,
use the legend
Ramza
of the
does
Zodiac
bring
Braves
up
to
a
bring
good
it to
point.
them.
So Ramza does state the following, guys. He actually suspects the Cardinal. He uses the legend of the Zodiac Braves to bring it to them. Here's the thing, guys. If that's the case, then Cardinal is... Here's the thing, guys. The Cardinal that we just met after a while ago, he's pretty much just playing us, as it is.
To create new heroes who would
So
enthrall the
he actually
masses and be
thinks
his to
the
command.
Cardinal is creating new heroes just to really have it. So he actually questions that the Cardinal wants the stones just to have a powerful unit.
The common folk look upon
So,
the Cardinal as a guiding
The
hand.
Cardinal can bring anything onto the table. So when I look it out and, ponder up with Ludovic, but if you look at of having a false stone, that's not the right answer to really keep. So Ramza does also continue and also state the Cardinal does have a guiding
But
hand.
it seems he looks upon them as
But it
naught
seems
but
that
fodder for his
he looks
ambitions.
upon himself and also has ambitions.
It's as Ramza says. We cannot give the stone to the
So,
Cardinal.
I mean, if you look at Ramza, and also the lack of confidence right there, and also his thoughts on it, between Masato and his father, Ramza's not wrong. So the most important thing we can do is not give this stone to the Cardinal whatsoever. Besides, if the Cardinal wants that stone, it's going to have to cry from our hands, which it will not happen.
Then we must
So,
rescue the princess
And then
Lady Agrias.
Ramza does also perceive and also pursue. We've got to stop and get Agrias and Ovilia out of there.
And we will. But the roads leading to
So-
Lionel Castle
so
will surely
apparently,
be
guys,
blockaded.
Our next location was going to be Lionel Castle. But apparently, guys, that's been blocked. So our next location, this is really, guys, have enough to really allude to and, proceed.
We'll never be able to approach from the fort.
So Masato
Let
does
us
also
go by
state
ship
we're not going to be
to
able
take
to
them
approach it,
unawares.
but we can go by ship without any means necessary. A lot of us can really look at going by ship, going by boat, whatever there is. As long as we get, as we not get to that, but, get to our location when we get time.
We set sail
So
for
our next
Ivalice.
location, guys, we're going to be going to Ivalice. So the good thing is, guys, we got Mastadio now. So we're going to recruit him. And we're going to be dismissing some of these Chocobos we've got. Look how many Chocobos we got, guys, between our hands. And so, guys, we're going to get these stupid Chocobos out of here. Besides, if we look at every single one of them, they're pretty much powerful. We look at every single name. But back to Steam, guys. If you guys want to know my name on Steam, guys, is Jack Dawson 93. If you guys have nothing, you entirely have nothing to lose. I've been on Steam for just about 5 years at the right time. Yes, guys, at the right moment here today. Not to have anything feel bad or feel exactly what we're looking at, so. As long as there's no other, worries. I guess, guys, not considering 3 generations to, pursue. That's all there is to it. But look at all these Chocobos, ladies and gentlemen. It's like people can keep them for a pet or something.
Right.
But guys,
Let's
we
get
can
going.
use Mastadio going forward. The Mastadio is going to have a little something to bring to the table. So guys, we're going to be sending stone on our next location, and we're going to be having a battle here and there. So that's going to be our next one. So, Actually, guys, we're not done with the chat today. We're not yet. We have been on Steam for over 5 years. What's a good amount? and, you know, continue
Good day
on
to you. Rumors
towards
don't need anything else.
whatever we can balance. And also have a lot of laughs and
You're
fun.
in safe hands with
Also,
me.
guys, other stuff today. If you guys are into RPGs, like Final Fantasy, Assassin's Creed, God of War,
May
Elden
I be
Ring.
a
If
fool,
you guys are
catch
into
your eye?
anything much better than
Are you happy?
any single,
May I help with
every
aught else?
type of RPG. If
Come,
you guys want to know if there's any feedback on, I repeat, fellas, any feedback on Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3? Well, let me tell you guys that separates something from Steam. I just got done doing a quick save just now, so... No, here's the thing. I mean... So, from what I've heard, is...
looking for aught in
Or
particular by all
apparently,
means. May I be of
we don't
in
know
safe
exactly
hands
what
with me.
other stuff that the other game would really bring
This
to
is
the
your
table,
grandson. Another.
and also have
Will that
enough
be
to
all?
whisper. So
Greetings.
apparently,
Don't
we don't know what the odds fit in. So apparently, guys, somebody did actually report
Yes?
that
I'm good with firearms.
this one game, as far as I know, guys, I mean, to be open and honest, as far as what I've been hearing, so guys, apparently, we don't know if there's enough to capture here and now. So apparently, somebody did actually report that Square Enix is actually getting something new for, you know, not exactly obligations, but looking to work something out for, you know, guys, for Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3's final part of the game. You know, final part of its location and also its story. You know, you look at the first two parts, you have, you know, having so much work, having good stuff being handled by Square Enix or Squeenix off the bat. So you got the very first remake of Final Fantasy VII. You guys remember, I used to have that game enough times beforehand. So that's number one. Number two, you also have Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And then you've got, I mean, as far as I know, we don't know exactly the release date for Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 as the final one of the trilogy right now. But there has been a bit of a working title, for instance, here today. So as far as I know, as not to replace any facts or, you know, premonitions or anything, as King Gaius and Luckiest Man, so from what I've been told, or from what I've heard, is they are taking their patient amount of time just to really have, you know, have enough to persuade, have enough to reply. You know, guys, just to really think about what the title is going to be for, you know, guys, as a matter of fact, for the last part of the remake of Final Fantasy VII. So from what I've been told is we do know the opening title, but we don't know exactly when it's going to be touching base and also start leaning or working towards.
If the rumors are
So
true,
we don't know that,
the city should
essentially.
be free of
We're going to
Lionel's
get to the story in
griffins.
just a second. So as far as I know, as far as when the final remake of Final Fantasy VII is releasing, so from what I've heard, is possibly sometime next year, or maybe sometime in 2028, which hopefully we don't have to wait for long. Besides, if there's enough time to really not have anything go back and forth with Kingdom Hearts, then I would assume Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 shouldn't have any problems, or have less conspiracy, or, you know, having the set of bad news for it. So I could see them doing whatever they want to proceed, and not go have something backtracked. So I don't see why not, guys. As King and the Luckiest Man, I don't see exactly why anything else would not be out of the question, or not being failed to answer. So we'll have to wait and see. So I would, no, if I'm just predicting right now, when Final Fantasy VII, the final part of the remake is releasing, I would assume, I repeat, fellas, and I will say it again, it's King Gaius and Luckiest Man. So I would assume the final part of Final Fantasy VII remake, I would assume it probably won't release till maybe mid next year, if it's possible, but that's to really draw enough attention, continue so much work to have a little bit more, and then go from there. We'll see. So that's RPGs. If you guys are into sports games like baseball, basically tennis, golf, football, basketball, we'll get to sports games in a second. So guys, we have arrived with Ivalice, as Masadio just mentioned. So we're looking at a building in front of Ramza, and you have some sort of a farmer, good amount of river that sounds peaceful and colorful as the color blue, and so on and so forth. And you also have this one gentleman looking at this one supply and also one box. So Ramza does approach that, but that's not the only thing, guys. Guess who else we approach? The man himself, guys, Delita. So the last encounter that the two of us had was recent. I mean, the last time we encountered, it was recently, when we helped him. Well, Ramza helped him, guys, and we helped him with him and Princess Ivalice during the falls, and that was like a month ago. So Ramza does state the following. So Delita, what brings you here this way? Delita approaches him as a good old friend.
We have ears in many places.
Saying that
Few things escape our hearing.
we have ears in many places that escape our hearing, not the really good public.
Our?
And Ramza does state our.
I say this for your sake, Ramza. Return to
So-
Egros.
So Delita does have a bit of a message here. Not about what's going on with Agrias, but feeling a little bit worried about Ivalice. So Delita does state he wants Ramza return to Egros,
Delve no deeper into
saying
matters
that
of royal
there's no
maidens,
deeper matters of royal
or those of sacred
maidens,
stones.
and pretty much involving those, or pretty much this or that towards the sacred stones. So he just wants him to really return to Egros, which I don't believe we'll return to that, at least for a good amount of time.
What have these ears of yours
And
been telling
then
you?
Ramza does question, what have the ears been telling you? And then
You
Delita
think to
is going to
save a
give right to the
princess from a
point.
burning tower.
And
True.
Delita does
You would but
question,
set her on a higher
if
floor.
you think about saving a princess from a burning tower, you would set something at a higher ground or a higher floor.
There is only one person
Saying that
who
the only
can truly
person that
save
can
her,
save her
and that
is pretty
what
much
I will
exactly
do.
what Delita is willing to do. Saying that he's the only person that can save her. But you know what they say, guys, Ramza can also lend a hand. And not Delita invite him in. That's the only thing.
What do you mean, Delita?
And Ramza does question what Delita really mentions.
It's simple,
Saying
really.
that no one endeavors to
Noble
not
endeavors
reach
do not always
for
reach
what a
the
lot of us
end we
desire.
desire.
Between Zender and pretty much likes or dislikes, if you will. So that's enough to really apply right there.
You cannot save
And
the
then
princess.
Delita does continue
However hard
and
you
also
might
state
try.
the following, that you cannot save a princess, no matter how hard you try, no matter how many times you are willing to attempt.
You do well to remember that.
Saying that you'll do well to remember it.
Wait,
So, yeah.
Delita.
And Ramza does want to have a bit of a war with Delita really fast.
What is your end in all of this?
Saying that
I fear
if
I
we
do
can
not
have our
know.
end on it, Ramza does not know what to do.
The Dukes Larg and Goltana,
And
your
and
brothers,
Delita does
and all
say
the rest.
both Log and Gotana are your brothers, and pretty much the rest of
They are
them
all of them swept
are being
up
swept
in a
up by a
mighty
current, saying that they cannot see
A
or feel.
current they cannot see
You know what they say,
or
guys?
feel.
If the others cannot feel or touch, it's like not anything will go well as planned. And it's just to really see what's going on and not knowing what's going to be, surrounding at this point in time.
I simply swim against
So
it.
Delita does actually swim
Nothing
against
more.
it, and there's nothing more he can really, prevent him.
We'll meet again.
So yeah, and then
I should
Delita is telling us we'll meet him again, and does state, I should hope. We actually are going to be reuniting with Delita again soon.
Delita!
I mean, very shortly.
Wait!
Well, Ramza wants to have a little more time with Delita, but that's why we're in this new location now. So, and speaking of which,
You would
guys,
use the princess
and here
as
comes
bait
the
to
other
regain
three.
the stone.
There's the man that
I would not expect
that's
such
already
cunning
given
of
the
a man
stone,
of the
I
cloth.
believe, to the Cardinal, which I told you guys a bit ago, a little while ago, actually. So you have Gafgarian on the right, Ludovic and that met a round table, across from Gafgarian and the Cardinal. So Gafgarian does state the following. So you actually are using a princess to regain the stone. Saying he wouldn't do some sort of a man of the cloth.
You've some gall
And then
to speak,
Ludovic does
sellsword.
actually state you actually have some skill of the sellsword.
It was you who let them
saying
escape.
that it was you who let them escape.
That I don't
And then
deny.
Gafgarian does state
But it was not
he actually
my
does not
task
have
to
any
stop
false hope.
them.
That it wasn't his opportunity to stop them.
Still your
And the
tongue,
Cardinal does
Ludovic.
actually, say his actually worst, but not exactly a bad bought statement. So the Cardinal does state, you can hold your tongue, Ludovic.
We will hand Princess
Saying that we'll hand
Ophelia
over Princess
to Count
Ophelia to
Dystark
Duke
as
Log as
promised.
promised,
That
as long
much
as this
serves
helps
us
us both. I mean, here's the thing, guys. Not to mention, you see, Ramza can really try as much as he wants to have Sunny side up on it, but it's like the stone that we actually gave to Ludovic or anything towards the Cardinal a little bit ago, it's like anybody would use any stone they want. Anything would be. Hold on a minute. Hold on a second. Let me get this one message right here. There we go. But there's enough to really relate to, guys. So, Gafgarian just really wants Ophelia to come to him, but if you're all looking to, bring not Dukelog, but Dystark to the mix, he's Rams's brother, as promised.
But it is no concern
So
of
the Cardinal
mine
does
if
say
those who know the truth of her
no concern
kidnapping
of
live.
his that he'll tell him the truth, to keep kidnapping alive, and pretty much have lack of anything else lackluster for the Cardinal to, disapprove as much. Exploring the unseen, Mega Love shout out, my good friend. How you doing? Good to see you back in this live stream after just 1 week that I've only been live streaming. But yeah, I'll get a little more further when I get a chance. When I get the time.
Be that as
The
it
Cardinal
may,
does also state
the Beowulf boy
a little bit about
Ramza has
Ramza,
chosen
but
to
chosen to
aid
gain
the gem thieves.
and also aid the gem thieves. So Cardinal wants to talk about being positive, but not wrong. It's like if the Cardinal wants to be as powerful as he is, and be some sort of a powerful creature or powerful monster, he's going to have to come to terms with Ramza by the time we target Lionel Castle, because it's like Cardinal can be exactly who he wants to really agree with anyone, but all he wants is, plot anything towards us as good guys.
If we use the
And
princess to lure them out,
then the Cardinal
we get
does
two
state,
birds
if we try to use the
and
princess,
one
we
stone.
get 2 stones and 1 bird. And that's pretty much it.
I won't deny the truth of
And
it.
then Gafgarian does also state
Such a plan has
he will not
risks.
deny it, but he always has a plan that's called risks. Or another word for that, guys, is having desperate times to desperate measures.
Hardly words I would expect
And then
from
the Cardinal
Goffard
does state the
Gafgarian,
following.
the Black Bull.
He would actually expect something from
Your
Gafgarian,
reputation
the
would
Black
not
Bull,
cast you so
saying that your
craven.
reputation will not cast you so craven.
I am cautious, your holiness.
So Gafgarian does
A
actually
soldier
call
does
him
not
his
live to
cautious
become old
or
and
holiness,
grey,
saying that
charging
the
onto
soldier
the
does
field
not
of
have to
battle
be old and
unawares.
grey. I mean, if you look at Gandalf the Grey, guys, from Lord of the Rings, he was actually old and noble. Back when, guys, when Ian McKellen played as Gandalf, the Lord of the Rings movies, he turned himself black to, not exactly black, but gray to white when Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers came out. So that's enough to really, vision and have enough to apply in hand, and also question it too. But apparently, guys, Gavgarian wants to get Ophelia first before he gives that to the Cardinal. So as long as there's not much to ban us.
Very well.
So the Cardinal
I
does
will
state
see that every
very
possible
well. It
precaution
was to
is
have
taken.
possible
And
precaution
let us sprinkle a
when
trail
there's
of
time,
crumbs
and
to
leave
ensure they find
enough
us there.
breadcrumbs to assure, just to really cause a bit of distraction.
I'll assume responsibility
And then
for the
Gafgarian does
rest.
state, guys,
You do well
you will
not
do
to
now.
rely on that bungler anymore.
You do well not to rely on that Bugner anymore. So the first thing we want to run into, guys, is Gafgarian, but way before we get to the Cardinal. Besides, Cardinal, if he wants that stone that lies in front of him and already towards him, and leading towards that track in front of him. The two of them better watch out.
How dare you?
And then Ludovic does question, how dare you, the Gafgarian?
I shall leave the matter
Cardinal
to you,
does state,
Gafgarian.
I'll leave that matter to you, my good friend.
Your Eminence, you
Your
drink,
Eminence, you
surely.
deep surly. So that was Ludovic's saying.
Go in the light of the gods.
Go in the light of God's Father Cardinal.
I
And
fear
then
their light
Gafgarian
is
does
lost
continue to
on this
state,
old
I
sinner.
feel their light is lost on this old sinner. That's where some of that is wrong from Gafgarian. It's like, he understands what he's talking about, but it's like, he wants to rule an iron fist and say, he actually wants Princess Ovelia to himself. It wants to, be his king. Be her king. But that's not going to be the result that a lot of us want to see from him. And that's pretty much out of the question.
Your Eminence,
Then
you
Ludovic
cannot
does
mean to
also
trust
state,
this to a
you
man
cannot
like
mean
that.
to trust this man like that. So he questions that to the Cardinal. And then the Cardinal stands up a bit and
I
looks upon
trust
him.
things to those
He actually
who
does
can
state,
be trusted.
he actually does trust things
Men
that
who
are the ones
fail
that can
me
be
time
trusted,
and again
saying that
are
the men have failed
rewarded
him,
in another
and they
way.
pretty much are rewarded in another way.
Your
And
Eminence,
then Ludovic calls him you're a menace. So the palm guys, Ludovic just got killed by the Cardinal. So he's pretty much killed on the palm of his hands. So we got to watch out for the Cardinal. Cardinal is not going to get messed
Welcome.
around, I'm
You're in
telling you.
safe
By the
hands
time we
with me.
reach them at Lionel Castle soon. You guys understand we're not going to be playing around with them. Same with Gafgarian, so that's enough to really have a
May
lack
I be
of
of friar
concentration and
means?
privilege. Alright guys, speaking of Steam, you guys can buy any sports games you want. You guys can get any sports games on sale if you want. That way we don't want to have
May I
the
help?
way
Good
about
choice.
the way
Will that
about
be
this right
all?
guys.
Or catch
Now
your
we'll have a
eye?
lack of
May I be
conspiracy, but as I mentioned, but yeah, the thing about Gafgarian and, anything with, kind of like a certain amount of time for, what do you call it, Ludovic, it's like, I understand we gave him the right stone, but it was exactly the false one. So that's pretty much enough depth right there. So, and then you have Gafgarian being a little bit summoned to the Cardinal and talking a little bit involving Prince Silveria, mentioning Ramses' name for a bit, and it's like, yes and no. They can just question whatever they want and not run any other stuff or rush into anything. So it just depends how many of them want to start plotting against it. So no worries. Now speaking of other stuff, guys,
good day to you.
you guys can buy
Romance,
any
need
sports
anything else?
games on
Want to earn some
Steam,
gift? Anything
buy them
else
on
I can help you
sale,
with?
with no extra cost. Um, you guys can look up my brother Beatles. You guys can go to youtube.com/Beatles Eternally.
That's the spirit.
You guys can
Who'd you
check
have
out
in
his
mind?
baseball projects. He's a nice guy, good friend of mine, and you guys can check him out anytime you want.
Will that be all?
Um,
Thank you.
but as far as anything else, just go to youtube.com, guys. Just Beatles Eternally. He's a really good friend of
welcome.
mine.
You're
Calls
in
me Brother
safe
Jack. I
hands
call
with
him
me.
Brother Beatles.
May I come?
Now we get time and have enough to transition.
No problem.
Is there any other subtitle I want to get for my Geomancer? Well, guys, if there's anything, I don't see why not. I could probably do Dragoon from one of my characters, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for a little while before there's anything. But I'll repeat, fellas. If you guys want to check out my brother Beatles, let's go to youtube.com/Beatles Eternally. Now, if you want to talk about the baseball games he plays and what he does on the channel, my brother Beatles, he enjoys playing APA PC baseball. Actually, not just that game with cards and dice, but what my brother Beatles does, guys, or Beatles Eternally does on this YouTube channel, He enjoys playing action PC baseball, out of the park baseball, pocket pet run, and payoff pits on Steam or Sideline Strategy, which you guys can buy easily on any of the two. You guys can, you talk about buying that game for your platform, either on Steam or SidelineStrategy.com, whatever you guys want to prefer. So you guys can check out my brother Beatles. Just go to YouTube.com and type it in, look up his channel, and you guys will have some good fun, good amount of time in his live chats.
Looking for aught after aught in
Now,
particular.
as far as what I've been doing, well,
Don't be...
out of my 4 priorities, I've actually been playing a good amount of time with baseball. That's all I can tell you right now. I'm not going to do another battle today, guys. We're going to wrap everything up in the next 5 or 10 minutes. But so as far as I know, I've actually been playing one of my 4 priorities. Which you guys remember, my priorities are you guys in the chat, Well and Steve, my two love and Barrel for 17, but my Visa fiance and I for 9. Also guys, RPGs, and not to mention loving and also, having a lot of attention, a lot of attraction to baseball. So that's why those are my only 2 that I can, start continuing to do, not be bored from now on. RPGs and baseball together. And my 4 priorities together. So as far as what I've been doing, I've been playing baseball yesterday, and I finally got done with game number 29 of my 1992 Pirates season, and it was another close game. And game number 29, guys, my starting pitcher was Zane Smith, and then I had to put in Bob Patterson. He couldn't get the job done in game number 29 a lot. So game number 29, I came in with a 1-loss record of 5-23 of my 1992 Pirates season on out of the park baseball. Okay, so there wasn't much stuff to have any self-esteem, but or pretty much cause anything playing bad between each team or each player. But I've been trying to do my best on it. Try to win more, not exactly lose more. We know what they say, guys. Win or lose, it doesn't matter. That's all there is to it. But there's enough to really apply and also question. It's where an answer needs to be questioned so easily. So game number 29 was in the books, and I lost 3-2. It was the second game of the 3-game series hosting the Astros, and next, guys, is game number 30 of my 1992 Pirates season. One more game with the Astros, day off, and then 2-game series with Atlanta. And that team, guys, is the Atlanta Braves. And then on Payoff Pets, I've been doing pretty much good and well with that. I finished 2 games of my 1921 New York Yankees Payoff Pets replay, so I've only lost by 1 run each between the first 2 of opening day. So I'm actually doing some with my 1921 Yankees Payoff Pits replay on Payoff Pits right now. So I'm doing some with that, and not to have any bad remarks or causing errors or allowing the other team take enough energy out of your system, or between a visiting team to a home advantage team. With offense and defense together. So there's enough to really settle in and also huddle. So after 2 games of my 1921 Yankees Payoff Pits replay, I'm officially 0-2. Which it doesn't separate a lot of that. It does and does not. But we're good. But yeah, baseball is life, guys. As a matter of fact, guys, I enjoy baseball the way I do with you guys with RPGs together. That's why I don't separate anything. I don't have anything at the same point at the same time. We just wanna take our time. That's all we can do. Get this message out real quick. Have enough to benefit and settle in. But yeah, I'm not replacing RPGs or baseball anytime soon. So that's enough to really apply and also have a fun time, have good amount of time stacked, and that's all there is. But that's always something to, bring something to life, you know, have anything to play. So, well, that's also a good thing. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap everything up for Steam today. I don't believe we'll have enough time to do in gaming news today or not. Well, Love Sugar Baby, thank you for jumping back in today, and thank you so much for joining this live stream with your king and your luckiest man. So, but yeah, that's gonna wrap up Steam for today. Doesn't have good amount of time to see what's going on between the story of evolving this game, guys, being best strategy game of the year from the Game Awards from this past year, which is pretty much excellent. So worth watching otherwise. But don't forget to check out Beatles Eternally, guys. Let's go to youtube.com/Beatles Eternally. Check out his baseball projects. Check out his fine stuff on the channel, and not only check out Beatles Eternally. You guys can check out Utah Mike Sports Time Machine. Now, what Sports Time Machine's been doing? He's doing the 1978 Thread-O-Matic baseball replay, of baseball. So you guys can check out Utah Mike after you check out Beatles Eternally. You guys get a chance. You don't want to miss a single thing. So we'll keep something with, guys, a sub smile, and I kind of like having a triple crown or something. So you guys can check out those two. Those two are good where they're at between any baseball project, any cards and dice. So, but it's enough to really relate. But alright, guys, that's gonna wrap up Steam for today. My name on Steam is ZachDawson93, and you guys can get any pre-order or in-store purchases. So I'm gonna get a little bit a step further. Now, as far as in-gaming news goes, as far as IGN news goes, you guys know the other stuff by hand. So, between love, support, and respect is the key. It's the awesome and creative. You guys' knowledge is power. So, we're keeping ourselves locked in, and we're still at 643 mods. So, that's enough to really appreciate. We always watch our videos in full. Like and share the stream, guys. So we have our social media towards Facebook, Twitter X, and YouTube. And always the same thing, guys, at the same time. What is the correct answer? And that answer, guys, is our podcast services all around the globe, like Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, and so much more. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll probably read you guys two things in gaming news today. So now, okay. I'll have a little bit of time to sit down with you guys doing what I can see through IGN.com really fast. So as far as you guys have heard, Nintendo was pleased to announce a new Star Fox game for the Switch 2. So the last time we've ever seen a Star Fox game release, I believe it was for the Nintendo 64, I believe, or for the other Nintendo, the other generations of other Nintendo consoles back then. So, you see, guys, during that time, with, you look at Mario, Star Fox, any other Nintendo character in the past, you look at just one character you guys can, look at through the creators of Nintendo making games and the movies. So apparently, guys, Nintendo announced Star Fox is coming to the Switch too. So, but there's been a little more of an update of how much Star Fox is going to be for the Switch 2, according to Nintendo. And so as far as I know, guys, they pretty much announced it yesterday. So Star Fox is going to be for the Switch 2, and it will be the second game to price involving, you guys can call it what Nintendo is calling it. They're calling it the pricing policy. So they're actually costing So apparently, guys, the Switch 2 for Star Fox is going to be like half of what it is between copies to the original price between other Switch 2 games that were blockbusters and, having reflection of Star Fox 64 remake. So I feel like if there's a good cost for Star Fox to, only be for the Switch 2, I don't see why not. But the release date for Star Fox for the Switch 2, guys, is, from what I'm seeing, is it's going to be releasing on June 25th. So if you guys are alright fans of Star Fox, you guys can get this game. And I'm not sure if there's any other game that's releasing in June or not. So that remains to be seen. But yeah, the one that played as Star Fox and Super Mario Galaxy, from what I've heard, from what I could see, I've always thought he actually did fine. He did fine as Star Fox, and there hasn't been any other info on the third Mario movie yet. Especially if Zach Black does not want to, point out titles or, voice anything to what really describes between the first two Mario movies from Nintendo. So we'll see where that's going to be fitting in, whatever they can solve. And then as far as anything else goes, you guys remember Mortal Kombat 2, the sequel to the first one. Mortal Kombat 2, the reviews for the sequel to the first one is, from what I've heard, they're actually good. Non-stop action, non-stop fighting, and the only few actors you guys can really understand and really think about after the first Mortal Kombat movie, after not just 4, but officially 5 years, from past to present, it's like, we can also relate that the first Mortal Kombat movie was just there. It was pretty much okay. But if you look at the sequel after just exactly 5 years in the making to this year, Mortal Kombat 2 overall, fans of the sequel, from what I've heard, is people thought Mortal Kombat 2 was a little more, not deeply, but pretty much better than the first one since the 2021 Mortal Kombat released. So, as far as I know, Mortal Kombat 2 is good. But you see my future fiance and I for 9, we're going to be tackling that on Saturday. So, there's enough to really allude to. There's enough to really describe it between the heart of anything. So to be open and honest, we all know we all know the stuff between fighting games. You look at not just games exactly, but also movies. You look at Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. I repeat, fellas: Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Avengers, and anything with Tekken. Now, Tekken has not made a single movie between their publishers, their creators, between any fighting game after a long time or for decades. So, I do know Mortal Kombat 2 is a good movie. Mr. Love and I, we're going to be picturing if Mortal Kombat 2 is a badass sequel than the first one already has. So we'll see how that sticks around. I know my future fiance for 9 wants me to tackle Star Wars, Star Wars, The Mandalorian and Grogu on the 22nd, and, well, here's the thing. We can also understand, we can always understand and not collect ourselves by saying Mortal Kombat 2 is a good movie in its own overall story. After the very first one, that was just decent. But you're not going to toss a fighting movie and say, that movie should have done better, that one should have done fine. But the way they added the sequel to the first Mortal Kombat, they made some stuff look better. They made something be better than it should be, since the first one was a bit of a, as far as I know, the first Mortal Kombat was not a successful letdown. Okay, so people did not hate the first Mortal Kombat that it was. But if you're talking about the sequel already, the sequel of Mortal Kombat 2. People thought the movie was real good, but they were just missing a few things, so that's enough to really relate right there. Now, the only actor that I know that's in Mortal Kombat 2 is Carl Urban. Well, he recently played as Bones or Dr. McCoy in all 3 Star Trek movies with Chris Pine, Zachary Quinto, and Zoe Saldana, if I'm right or wrong. But what almost surprises me is Star Fox is going to Switch 2 on the 25th of June of next month. So that's enough to really plot. It's King Gaius and the Luckiest Man. So there's nothing a lot of us can say or do. That's all there is to it. But yeah, enough to collect and also be the top priorities between any movie or TV. So that's all there is. All right, guys. That's gonna wrap everything up for today. I do want to thank you guys for joining me this morning. I just thought I would give you a bit of in-gaming news really fast and skip right ahead with it. Not to really toot my own horn on it, but we should be fine. We don't want to create a distraction or spoil the party. Alright guys, so that is going to wrap everything up for today. I do want to thank you guys for joining me this morning as King Gaius and the Luckiest Man. And our biggest, strongest, phenomenal, exciting, wonderful, loving, caring, dark side, light side, fantastic, awesome, terrific, strongest, amazing power of our community. With our 643 mods together, your followers, and most of you guys in the chat out of my 4 priorities. So, alright guys, so based on the schedule, Steve overall was good yesterday. I got a $5 tip at the end of my shift towards last night and towards this past evening. I've been with my 211 barrel for 17. I haven't spent time with them ever since Monday. So my ass hasn't been down there since Monday. So maybe tonight. Maybe tonight, guys. We'll see. Besides, they love me, I love them. And I love you guys in the chat, too. I love what I do with Steve and WoW, and the way I do stuff in the chat with you guys. I understand I haven't been live all the time, but I do want to have enough stuff to stack between you guys in the chat and, roll back into games. Hopefully I can. With Hogwarts Legacy, maintaining on Sundays, hopefully. And the other game for Saturday, and that is Lords of the Fallen, which I haven't messed with that game yet. If I want to set in stone and sit down and entertain. If I hopefully want to suit a premiere on this coming Saturday. Hopefully. And there's enough to imagine. So guys, so I get to relax today. What is tomorrow? Tomorrow's Friday. So finally back to Steve, along with a nice morning, actually not a morning shift, but afternoon to evening shift. So tomorrow, guys, 2 to 7, along with Nick and Pete. And then after tomorrow, guys, I'm off Saturday, so Mitsu Love and I for 9 in our future. So the plan for Saturday is we're going to be watching Mortal Kombat 2 on Saturday in the afternoon. And I would assume we'll probably do supper after that. We're going to have enough to talk about Mortal Kombat 2 and review it. See what we think. So after Saturday, not only I'm off today and work tomorrow between 2 to 7 at Steve, but I'll repeat, fellas. I'm off Saturday, and then I have to work 20 hours, which I feel like that's going to be a badass move. So after Saturday, guys, I repeat, guys, I work Sunday. So based on the new schedule, guys, from Chief, I work 20 hours since I'm covering, from what I can see, as King Gaius and the Luckiest Man. I feel like I'm covering a morning shift on a Sunday for a carryout, because it doesn't happen all the time. So on the new schedule, guys, through Chief, also through Nick and Pete, with 20 hours I'm staring at. So after Saturday, guys, I've got Sunday, Monday, 9 to 2. I repeat, guys, Sunday, Monday, 9 to 2. Wednesday and Friday, 2 to 7. So that here's the thing, guys. I'm gonna be a tired king and a luckiest, and I'm gonna be a tired king and a tired man, guys. I repeat, guys. I repeat. Monday, try to visit it. So remember, guys. Sunday, Monday, 9 to 2. Wednesday, Friday, 2 to 7. So that's enough to equal. So my ass is gonna be tired, but I'll be fine as long as I take one day at a time, work one day at a time. As long as I wake up, that's all good. We don't want to suffer anything. For both, I mean, I'll be fine. That's a good amount of money right there. I don't usually get 20 hours all the time. Only on occasions from beyond and above that, and pretty much higher. So we'll see what happens. All right, guys. So that's gonna wrap everything up for today. If you guys want to catch more Final Fantasy Tactics, Ivalice Chronicles every Thursday mornings, beyond every week, with your king and your luckiest man. Make sure you guys hit that like button, support button, and comment. If you guys do have any questions or concerns, any question or any concern on it, you guys can type them in the chat. Out of my 4 priorities, and your king guys and your luckiest man can answer. I can answer anything you got, whatever we can work out. So, and also finalize it. Also, guys, the most important thing and the most important rule is love, support, and respect is the key. It's the awesome and creative, guys, and to make it short and sweet. It's the awesome and creative, and yes, guys, knowledge is power. We are 643 mods here today. I know my love sugar baby Maria has been one of my mods for a while. I call her Sugar Baby. She tries to call me Sugar Daddy, so as long as it's not cookies added to donuts or pretty much anything with breakfast that we wake up to, or any morning music, we can be the sound of our ears or something. Or pretty much enough translation, if you look at it. Also, guys, when we do that, we don't want to get ourselves having our friends upside down. We want to have a lot of smiles, a lot of socialization, enough to, bore ourselves to heaven. Not exactly bore ourselves to death or anything. But we have enough to really handle, settle things and have not. Here's the thing, guys. As long as we don't have enough cards to stack up on a table, we know how to handle, know how to figure most important stuff we can have. That's all we can do, and settle one thing at a time. And yes, guys, knowledge is power. Anytime, also, guys, the last part of it is what we always do. Anytime, let me get the word straightened. So, guys, anytime we manage to find people and socialize with people, that's to really tune in. All we need to do, guys, is follow Sarah on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. So if you guys can help me, I can help you guys on the channel here today. If you guys can give me W8s to keep watching and watching and watching any live stream, past or present, that I've done on the channel, that would be good. Whatever you guys want to do, it's not going to be a bad idea. It's not going to, here's the thing, it's not going to cause a distraction. It's not going to be like somebody does not know how to watch and increase our watch hours on YouTube. And if you guys can do that for me, I can do the same for you guys. But do not question anything. If you want to boost the channel, if you want to, have something a little more physical, or enough physicality to see what we actually want to energize and also not pause. As long as we move forward, we don't want to get ourselves sidetracked. Your king and your luckiest man does get sidetracked all the time. Not to have a lot of beats and whatnot. But we want to take one thing at a time, be patient, and then move on to the next one when we buy some time together. That's all we can do. But if you guys want to help out my channel, that would be good. I would like that as soon as possible, but not take anything to rush ahead of it. And I can help you guys with W8s. If you guys can help me so normally, and so easily, we can work something most important. I guess the most important thing you can have is work together and not being alone to do it. That's all there is. We can have and handle. But fellas, that's all we can relate to. Have enough to really work together and, not fall asleep every amount of time. You get a shot and also take a chance. You get one chance, not like multiple chances, but take one step at a time, one objective at a time. By staying positive and do what we got to do for each other. That's all there is. And also complete it and finalize. But yeah, guys, if a lot of you guys can mostly help out my channel, I can give you guys enough feedback on your channel, whatever videos you have displayed. But yeah, the only way a lot of us can reach that limit is we watch our videos in full, like and share the stream, guys. So we have our social media, our YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter X accounts together, enough to really have a good combination. And that's all we can really make sure we like it, so comment, and follow. That's the best way to have an element of surprise to hook on. And a lot of us can get friend requests and have a lot of exception. But all we need to do, guys, is we watch our videos in full, like and share the stream. So we have our social media, our Facebook, Twitter X, and Facebook accounts, and of course, our podcast services all around the globe, like Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. So, guys, that's going to wrap up this Thursday of, exactly, guys, the official first Thursday of Star Wars week. My 211 and I for 9 haven't watched Star Wars since, damn, guys, ever since Monday. And we haven't spent time together with my other girl, Beryl, for 17 since Monday either. So I've been down for a couple of nights. All I know is I've been busy with WoW, been taking my time with work this week, and good amount of baseball. I still be playing baseball for when I get a shot or get a chance. But speaking of baseball, guys, don't forget to look up Beatles Eternally. Go to youtube.com/Beatles Eternally. Look up his channel on his YouTube. Check out his live streams. Check out his chats. And tell him your king and your luckiest man has sent him. Or have me sent you. But that's all there is. And have a lot of balloons to celebrate. But alright, guys. Guys, have a good rest of your Thursday. I could have a toss-up if I'm streaming on Saturday or not. Sunday, no. So maybe Saturday in the morning. If not, we're going to have to wait another week. And I can give you guys feedback. And I can allow you guys and tell you guys how Mortal Kombat 2 was. So I'm not trying to push Saturday in the morning for if I'm hoping or not pleasing with a lot of us in the chat out of my 4 priorities here today, guys. If I am not trying to push a premiere of Lords of the Fallen. I can maybe do that, but we'll see what happens. So you guys have a good rest of your Thursday. So if not Saturday, I'll be back next Thursday again. So have enough to apply. So guys, have a good rest of your morning. From your king and your luckiest man. Be good to one another, be kind, and love one another. So remember, guys, don't forget to check out Beatles Eternally. Check out his PL Pitch Test. Check out Utah Mike, aka Sports Time Machine. Check out those baseball channels and tell them your king and your luckiest man brought a bit of their attention. I call him Brother Beatles. Instead of Beatles Eternally, he calls me Brother Zach. I call him Brother Beatles. And you guys can check out other baseball channels like Paul Fay, the one that recently he's actually the creator for Pocket Pet Run. You guys can check him out. You guys can check out Dave Gardner and ID Zester. So alright, guys. Have a good rest of your Thursday morning. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. And I will see you guys in